Hello, everyone. So, finally was able to get through the last little bit of movies of 2022, and I'm prepared to do my top 10 movies of 2022. So, of course, these are my favorite movies. This is not definitive in any way. It could change. Of course, I wasn't able to watch every single movie that came out of this year, but I was able to watch 155 of the movies of 2022. So, I had a very long list that I've been keeping track of every single day, every single movie I've watched of the year. And yeah, this is my absolute favorite ones of the year, the ones I'd recommend the most, the ones that stuck with me the most. So without further ado, let me get into my top 10 movies of 2022. This was an just absolute love letter to fans of cinema, fans of film. It's just there's so much that stuck with me in this film, just from again to the passion that goes into creating movies, and again to just the stories that only the camera can tell. There's so many things just hidden in plain sight in this movie, in the lives of the characters that can only be brought out in film. And I love that so much, just the metaphor of it all, and just how special movies can be, how special home projects can be, things like that. It just inspired me to want to make movies on my own. I've been wanting to do it for such a long time, and this is one that definitely just helped me realize the true magic of cinema. So for anyone who, again, too, is an absolute fan of film, I feel like this is a must be. It's easily one of Spielberg's best works, and it's so well done. Guillermo del Toro has been one of my favorite imaginative minds in cinema in the longest time. It's what he was able to do with the story of Pinocchio, I found was absolutely just incredible. The animation itself is just so lively and unique and so cool. And I loved, again, too, just all the concepts of war and propaganda and these things that he was able to bring into the story of Pinocchio, and just how much light he shined on so many subjects that he took such an, again, old piece of work and added just again to so many things, subject matters that are still contemporary to this day but have so much meaning even when the first Pinocchio movie came out. And just the ending of this is absolutely magical. It has amazing performances. Ian McGregor became my favorite Jiminy Crickets, and just his voice performance in this is outstanding and so special. But yes, highly recommend this one. It's definitely more of an adult telling of the story of Pinocchio, but it's one that should be on everyone's radar because I do feel like it easily is one of the best adaptations of the source material ever. Of course, without a doubt, Brendan Fraser deserves all the praise in the world for his performance within this movie, just the humanity that he brings into it. And again, too, I loved all of the commentary, the social commentary, political commentary, commentary on America's health system, and how so many people have to, again, to just put their lives aside and even destroy their own lives to be able to provide for their families, or again, some desire, when they're not able to pay their medical bills and keep themselves healthy and happy, and in all these ways. It is a very disturbing movie that I just feel like has great commentary and some of the most human and emotional performances you'll see this year for certain. But Brendan Fraser knocks out of the park. Darren Aronofsky's directing is outstanding within this movie. I love the pacing, I love the setting, I love the characters, and I love this movie. From start to finish, I was hardly able to tell where this movie was going to go, and I was just drawn in completely by it. Anna Taylor-Joy's performance in it is absolutely amazing. Ralph Fiennes found the role of a lifetime within this. He was incredible within this whole film, but I just loved how this movie again progressed like a Michelin star meal, how every single course peeled back the layers of this mystery and exactly what was going on, and just built upon the subject matter of what this movie is all about. I found that it was very suspenseful. There was just a right amount of horror, right amount of shock value, all these things that just built to a very, very perfect end. And again, too, just has some great social commentary within it that touch upon just a lot of really small behaviors that some people don't realize when it comes to the retail world, the restaurant world, things like this. There was just really great things that I think it can really nitpick around a lot of people in very true ways and very smart ways, and created an absolutely incredible thriller that I feel like most everyone should definitely take a watch. It's a great movie. I love the menu. While still not my favorite Jordan Peele movie, I loved Nope. Again, too, just the whole basis around well, the two main themes of this movie. One is just directing, getting that perfect shot, which I absolutely loved. I did really like the genre shift from again to near the end of this movie. I really enjoyed it, and all the horror within it was just perfectly done. Peele's a mastermind when it comes to this. It easily has one of the most just uncomfortable scenes I've ever watched in a movie. And it was just again to seeing behind the scenes and how they filmed a lot of this movie was just so damn cool. Music's incredible, performances are incredible. I love the characters. And again, to seeing this in IMAX was just unreal because just oh the scale of it, everything was so good. Some of the best sound design I have heard in a long time in movies, and I feel like this one has to it's definitely going to be nominated, but like it has to win for best sound design in a lot of ways. Nope was incredible in so many feats, and again, too, just Jordan Peele is easily becoming one of my favorite directors. But when it comes to horror, I think he's an absolute mastermind, and I can't wait to see what he does next. And while I have come to the factor that I like the mystery of the original Knives Out more, I had a lot of fun with Glass Onion, and it is still, I feel like, in terms of my enjoyment, it's on par with the original for me. I thought all the characters were so great. The metaphor of the Glass Onion is amazing within this movie. Again, social commentary is absolutely great there. Benoit Blanc is like my favorite murder mystery detective of all time. Daniel Craig knocks it out of the park, and I'd love to see Rian Johnson and Daniel Craig just continue these roles for the rest of their lives and doing fun little Benoit Blanc mysteries because they're just so smartly written, so good, edge of the seat the whole time. Love the characters, love the mystery, loved again just to how again almost like the menu peel back the layers ever so slightly and dig into it. Just I feel like it had great metaphors, explained everything from start to finish, had a great misdirect that I will defend. Basically until the debate's over, sort of thing. I really, really enjoyed this movie. I feel like if you like the first Knives Out, this one's easily going to be up your alley if you haven't watched it already. It's on Netflix, so definitely do that. But yeah, I loved Glass Onion. I thought it was great, and I cannot wait to see what the third Knives Out movie has in story. Easily the best animated film of the year. I love Marcel the Shell. This movie just hit me on so many levels that just made me feel so much, so happy, so many emotions that went through this movie. It's very uplifting and heartwarming and just an incredible movie, really, in so many ways. The stop motion between all of it's great. Again, too, just the human and well, just the human ism within all of Marcel and his family was absolutely incredible. And this movie teared up in a lot of ways, just made me feel whole in a lot of ways. And a movie, again, too, hasn't really been able to do that in a long, long time. Touch upon these very stark and bleak things, but give so much hope and life within them. And yeah, I feel like this is a movie that most anyone could watch and enjoy. It's incredible. I love the small scale, but grand, amazing cinematography that's absolutely within it. Just making use of the small things that most humans brush away that, again, breathe so much life into the character of Marcel. It's incredible. Definitely check this one out. It's A24 has been on top of their game for a long, long time. And again, too, in terms of animated films, this is one that just, yeah, is really good. Of course, Alexander Skarsgård's performance in this is just the incarnate of rage, and I love the pacing within this. I loved the use of. I don't feel like this movie is accessible to everyone. I love Norse mythology so much, and just the way that they were able to take a lot of those characters, those metaphors, the culture, the way of life, and weave an amazing story within all of that was absolutely incredible. It's one of the most true Norse stories I've ever seen put to film. Incredible directing. It's just absolutely amazing. Anna Taylor-Joy's in this as well, and she just absolutely knocks it out of the park in her role. Brutal, bloody, so gory, but so effective in showing the brutality of again to a revenge story like this. And it easily has to be one of the best revenge stories of all time. And just amazing set pieces, especially the final battle, is something that everyone should witness. It's pretty damn awesome. From again to just all the realms that they travel kind of in spirits within Muspelheim, Vanaheim. All these things are so cool, and yeah, easily one of the Norse mythology has been going crazy in Western media for the past few years. And if it can get to the quality of what this movie was able to achieve, I can't wait to see more Norse projects just keep on coming and coming and coming, and especially if they can have people like Robert Eggers behind the camera directing it, because the scale, everything about this movie was just top tier. So really, my last three movies that I have here were bouncing between them the entire year, but Everything Everywhere All at Once was such a great story. It's one of the weirdest movies I've ever seen, but so effective in everything that it tries to do. Michelle Yeoh is incredible within the performance, and it had some of the most inventive and awesome action sequences I've ever seen in a movie. Pacing is flawless, acting is flawless, special effects I feel like were flawless in so many ways. And again, too, A24 on top of their game. They've been knocking it out of the park for the last like really 5 years here, but this was just an incredible movie that just had, again, too, a very human story and just incredible emotion that it was able to bring to the screen in so many ways, within its pacing, within its storytelling. It's so weird, it's so goofy, it's really tough to get into sometimes, but it's so hilarious. I feel like it's definitely a younger generation movie. It might be lost on a lot of people from older generations, but it's just incredible in the ways that, again, too, it just ties aspects of family and life and like not regretting the past and living with your choices, things like that, and again, too, learning from them, respecting them, and using them to, again, hone who you are and hone your responsibilities with what you've chosen. And yeah, it's an incredible movie. I feel like it is something that most everyone should give a shot. It's weird as hell, but amazing as hell. So before I get into my number one, these are my top three worst movies of the year. Yes, this is in order. My honorable mentions will not be. But number three, we have Halloween Ends. This is the first time I ever watched a movie and felt like I was watching the wrong movie. Great opening sequence, but then just completely fumbling the bag all the way within. Not enough Michael Myers for this to be the send off to Michael Myers and Jamie Lee Curtis. And my God, yeah. Just this movie sucked in every single sense of the word. Number two is Morbius. Just so many things went wrong within this. Some of the worst dialogue I've heard in a film. CGI was absolutely incredible. It's the solid smoke effects to cover the bad CGI was absolutely hilarious. I feel bad for Matt Smith. He redeemed himself in House of the Dragon for sure. But yeah, oh my God. This is definitely how you do not do a modern day superhero film. It felt like this movie was like 30, it came out 30 years too late. Yeah, I just really hope Sony doesn't do this with any of their other properties, especially Craven and all these ones that they have coming out. And number one is Ice Age Buck Wilds, the movie that, again, 20 years later had worse animation than the original, straight to Disney Plus, and for good reason. There was like hardly any characters, any wildlife within this entire movie, just the main characters and the main villain, really. So like 10 characters occupying a whole prehistoric world. Stories horrible, writing's terrible. Wouldn't recommend this for kids. It's not funny, it's not good in any sense of the word, and an absolute dog shit movie that no one should watch. Now, my honorable mentions, these are not in order, but these are just the ones that I still feel like most everyone should watch. I was really bouncing around between these. There's movies like Bullet Train that I wanted to put on this, but I wanted to keep it down to three. And again, too, in no typical order, I have Woman Talking. This is an amazing, amazing, incredible story that, again, too, just is so bleak, is so hard to watch, and again, too, it's just very, very disturbing in a lot of ways, but it never loses its hope throughout the entirety of the movie. And has some of the most incredible performances that I've seen all year. The dialogue is impeccably written and so smart, and all the characters add value to every single situation. They all bounce off each other in the most perfect ways, the ways that make sense. And again, too, just within the situation of this movie, it's so grim, but I loved how it never lost its hope, and it's incredible for that. Number two is Tar. Cate Blanchett is easily going to take home, I feel, best performance by a female actress or female lead this year. Just so good, so good. I love the pacing of it. I love the metaphors that they're able to bleed into music and again use that to talk about contemporary social issues, separating the work from the artist, and again to having that kind of initial conversation be the almost again downfall breaking parts within the entirety of this movie, and again to just the character transformation and the incredible performances throughout the entirety of the movie, but again especially by Kate Blanchett was just so good. This is a slow burn of a movie. Again, too, the pacing is slow, but with so much purpose, and it needed to be that way to again tell the incredible story that it does. Now I have 13 Lives. This is again too about the cave rescue in Malaysia so many years ago. Again, the just all the kids that were trapped within the Malaysian caves, the soccer team, and the rescue that ensued to save them. It is amazingly directed. It feels so real. It feels like you're watching footage from, again, to like the actual events that occurred itself. It's just easily one of the greatest directorial experiences that have come out this year. Full of hope, full of life, full of great performances, and I highly recommend this one. You'll find it on Amazon Prime. And yes, what else was it going to be? I was obsessed with this movie, and I've been obsessed ever since I saw it. I've seen it so many times. Just everything about it was my favorites in all Batman film. My favorite Batman, not quite my favorite Bruce Wayne, but I feel like Robert Pattinson, again, too. This movie was about Bruce Wayne always being Batman. And again, too, we didn't really get to see him use Bruce Wayne as the cover to keep the Batman safe in a lot of ways, but we're gonna get that from the sequels. My favorite Penguin, my favorite Catwoman, my favorite Gotham. My God, the city was a whole character within itself. I love the suits. I love the Batmobile. How simple it was. It was easily one of the best, and that's just my favorite sequence of all of 2022 in terms of movies. I love the car chase that ensues within this, and that Batmobile is fucking awesome. I want it. Again, too, it's just absolutely incredible. I love the mystery. The Riddler was a great villain within this, and easily again, too, my favorite Riddler that they've had in it. I cannot wait to see this universe grow within the Batman, Matt Reeves's Batman universe, and yeah, it's just there's so much that I could keep going on and saying and saying and saying and saying, but I did like a half an hour review for this in March. Definitely go check that out. And if you haven't already, watch the Batman. If you thought it sucked, try again. You're gonna love it. It's amazing. And yeah, just number one of the year. So good, so amazing in every single way. So please in the comments down below, let me know what your favorite movies of the year is. Did I miss anything? Things like that. And yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys put down there. Of course, if you like this list, definitely give it a thumbs up. And it's just thank you in advance for subscribing and starting a little ring on so you know when I upload new videos. If you want to check out everything I do on this channel, I'll leave some playlists and videos linked up top here for convenience sake. And if you want to check out the description of this video, my channel bio, there's a link to the Media Mountain, most of my Discord, where we talk about movies, video games, comic books, TV, pretty much everything that's awesome in this world. So you definitely join that amazing community. Help make it even more amazing than it is already. And yeah, just awesome, guys.
Sky blue eyes, I see a world behind them. No more time sinking into the silence, reaching out for